Awesome. Well, welcome everyone to the Team Hope weekly team call. Typically, we always do a presentation at this time slot, but because we just came out of our Edmonton, Alberta regional event for Western Canada with our Senior VP of North American Sales and co-owner, Casey Whitaker. And of course, we were supposed to have our amazing, dazzling diamond leader here in Canada. She's not a diamond pin rank, but she's a diamond. She's a shining star, Temple Swift. But unfortunately, she couldn't make it because there were some massive holdups on flights, and she could not get onto a flight all day Friday. Sat there for, I think it was like 10 or 12 hours. So in the Pearson Airport. So unfortunately, she can't make it, but she'll be here at the next one. So regardless, we had an incredible time. This was a very intimate get to know each other, opening up a market, opening up a region. I know we have some existing members in the Alberta region, BC, Saskatchewan, all Western Canada. But because of what we've done in the last 3 months, and just came in and caught the vision, caught the culture of seed nutrition, common sense, our science, common sense science. It really, we just blew up, and we've been learning a lot about the products and the rewards plan here with Rain International the last couple months after we brought a whole bunch of people on, and now we're catching the vision and understanding really what we have in our hands with having our amazing Senior VP of North American Sales of Casey Whitaker. So it all started on Thursday. He arrived here in Edmonton about 4 o'clock, quarter to 4. Finally got him out of the airport. It was a little busy on a Friday, but we got him to the hotel. Greg and I drove into the airport and went and picked him up. He was so excited. First time ever being in Canada after, and he's only living 15 hours straight south of Alberta. And he's been in 27 countries in the last 11 years, but never been to Canada. So he was really excited, but as he was flying in, he felt at home already. He literally landed, and by Thursday night, and then of course all day Friday, he really felt like home. He was actually hoping that there was going to be some major world events happening, so he would get stuck and be able to stay in Canada, in Alberta with us for a couple of weeks to really open this market up. So unfortunately, that didn't happen. But we were all kind of praying. I know many of us that were out with him for 3 days, we were really hoping that was going to happen, so we could take advantage of him being with us. But we got him here, got him at the hotel, did a nice, beautiful welcome for him, and he was just blown away because many of us are new members in Rain International. We were really picking his brain, finding out about the history, how it all started, how they took over the company, all the bumps in the roads they went through. He was really sharing a lot of locker room talk with us, and that was huge. That blew us out of the water because few of us have been in the industry for quite some time and built quite significant teams in the past, and worked with corporate leaders and top income earners of companies, and hosted them out here in Alberta. Not just myself, but many of our team. I know many of our team that wasn't here because they had other prior commitments, whether it was funerals or graduations and many other things that are happening because it is summertime here. They were calling us and texting us through the 3 days and saying, I wish I was there with you guys, because they were seeing what we were posting and they were just blown away. So that was Thursday evening. We ended up, we didn't have we didn't have anybody confirm any guests to come out for a tour, like a presentation in his room. So he wanted to go for a bite to eat. So we went out for a beautiful dinner. As you can see the picture that we took at the table. And we spent there, I think, at least 2 hours visiting and just sharing. He was opening his phone, showing us all the different places he's been and the experiences of the different locations, regions he's been with Rain, and just really getting to know each other. And it was really, really a beautiful evening. And all of us, I know many of us, Kathy and Greg and Kathy, none of us probably slept that night going into Friday. No, as Kathy's shaking her head, right? And then we all got up early and we were back to the hotel in the morning, mid-morning. Again, we were waiting to hear about Temple, finding out what time she was going to be in, and unfortunately by about noon our time, 12:30, we found out that there was no way that she was going to get onto any flight. Unfortunately, she was devastated, she was in tears, and I said, you know what, that is okay. Everything happens for reasons. You will be out here the next time and it'll be 10 times bigger. So there are reasons always, and we just have to go with the flow and just work with it. So hello, Sharon, how are you?
I'm so
That's okay.
sorry.
It's all
I was
good.
actually blessed this evening. I get to share this with you guys. I was called this evening by a lady from Newfoundland who 4 years ago started with Rain after she was deemed palliative and had just 2 weeks to 2 months to live. She had glioblastoma, multiple brain tumors. They were doing no more treatment for her, and she started with 8 Sol 2 Core. She had to start in high amounts because she was palliative, but I was on the phone with her this evening. She's still here. And luckily, she's got just one brain tumor now. Like, it's just one, but it's shrunk significantly. She doesn't have any swelling anymore. So yeah, her prognosis is very yeah. So we're trying to find other ways too that, this can help her along. So yeah, so it's exciting.
Awesome. That's great. Okay, cool. Well, I'm excited for you to share your thoughts and your experience with us here in a bit. But I was just getting to the point. Thanks for jumping on, by the way, because we were like, where's Sharon?
You know what? Kind of got
It's all
a
good.
lot
It's
of
all good. It's all
things.
good.
Yeah.
So we were I was at the point where we got to where we found out the temple wasn't going to be here. So we made a quick decision with the help of Kathy Holland, and we said we need to take now, because we recognize that obviously Casey's never been to Canada. We're like, well, for the ones that live here in Alberta, we're about 3 hours away from 3.5 hours away from the mountains. Well, we didn't have time to take him to the beautiful Rocky Mountains, because then he fell in love with them. He could just visualize them. He's seen them as he flew in. So he's like, oh my goodness, I didn't realize you guys were that close. And I said, so Kathy says, that's okay. We're going to take you on a trip around Edmonton, the beautiful city of Edmonton, all afternoon. So we went on a beautiful trip. I'm not going to share too much details because I'm going to allow Kathy to share her experience, because it was her VIP Chamber of Commerce tour through Edmonton. So in a second, Kathy, I'll call you on. So that's when we did that, and then we got back to the hotel, and that was when Sharon had arrived. She arrived back at the hotel. She drove down from Fort McMurray, 4.5 hours. She lives in Newfoundland. So if you understand our beautiful country, it's from one side of the country, like literally coast to coast. And she
Mhm.
come down and be with us. So that was amazing. We had a beautiful evening, went out for a beautiful supper and had a great time. And again, Sharon will share her experience here shortly. And then we rolled right into Saturday. That was when we got to meet wonderful Sydney and the whole crew and a few others that have been with the company for a long period of time. And again, more amazing Newfoundland people that live here in Alberta, but they're originally from Newfoundland. Judy and Dawn and Bella and is it Trisha? Trisha? Is that how you pronounce her name? Trisha? Yeah. They live here in Edmonton, and so it was a small group, but I always say the right people will be here. I know with what's happened in a very short period of time, a lot of our team has reached out to me and said, I need to have a conversation with Casey, or I need to really, time to roll up the sleeves and really start blowing this out of the water. When I personally found out that there was 15,000 unique customers slash distributors ordering only monthly off in this company of 46 countries, it's a raindrop in the puddle, in the globe, I should say. Like, it is absolutely a huge opportunity. And that amazing doctor's webinar was absolutely mind-blowing. We had incredible experience all day Saturday. And of course, it pays to show up to the events, because you never know what's going to be announced. And our amazing Kathy and Mark won the sonic photonic machine. So we were very, very jealous, but I'm sure they'll be sharing it and having fun with it, and letting us all play around with it. So it's coming very, very soon, the next few weeks. Casey's just finalizing. Wow, that is so awesome. Casey is finalizing the details of getting it launched, but it was amazing because he brought it. He was going to share it to our team, but he had no idea that Byron was going to share it on the webinar. So we were supposed to get the first information about it, but 500 plus people found out as well that was on that call. And kudos to Sharon and Kathy that got up there in front of everyone online and shared their live testimonial, rain story testimonial with the world. And it's already being shared out tons. Of course, you can see that I put it up on my YouTube link. For the ones that are not on social media, they can still have access to the testimonials to share it out to their prospects. So thank you for being brave and literally doing it. It reminds me of the days that I remember when I had literally 5 minutes to notice to go on a corporate call of 3,000 people worldwide, and being recognized as a rising star. So I know how you felt, Kathy. If you can imagine, you even had it worse because you actually had a video. I didn't have video. I just had to speak. It was like a conference call. So no one could see my face. But trust me, I was sweating bullets. But that's okay, because that's what it's all about. Doing that extra 1% every single day, that's 365% in 1 year. And you've grown that much. So I always believe in that, and it always comes true. So then we wrapped it up, had an incredible business training all afternoon after our lunch. Had a beautiful lunch. The hotel put on a gorgeous lunch. It was so good and so nummy. And then we had our business training that took us to a whole new level. We understood it. He explained, gave us tips on many different ways how to utilize the Pro Kit, how to get the return investment. Breaking that, you have your 2 boxes of Soul, Core, and Bend. Split those boxes up, create 30 sample packs for 2 days, sell them at $25 US, $30 Canadian, and you have your money back in your pocket, guaranteed. Out of those 30 customer or 30 samples that you're going to not give out, you're going to sell them to people, you will get, I guarantee, a quarter of that, sometimes half of that, whether it's customers or distributors, Rain Partners coming on board. They will come on board 100%. And because if they just get something free, they won't take the value of that product. But if they pay for it, they will get the value of the product. So that's the power of the Pro Kit. And that's why the Pro Kit is, like Casey says, the sweet spot of building this business. Now, if there's people that can come in with the elites and the super elite, by all means, but majority of the people come in with the Pro Kit. That is the key sweet spot. So that's how you get your return investment, gets them in the door, gets them going. They're making money. They're loving it. They're creating brain partner teams very quickly, because that's the The pulse of our rewards plan is the Rain Partner teams. If you don't know anything else of the rewards plan, don't worry about it. You'll learn it as it happens, and you'll map it in your back office, in your commissions. It's broken down. You'll understand it there, then versus trying to learn everything ahead of time. Just go out and make Rain Partner teams, and you will absolutely explode this business. And then we were done by what, 4:30, 5 o'clock, something like that, and wrapped up because it was a smaller group. We didn't have to go through so much. We were comprehending things a lot faster, obviously, because it was a smaller group. And then we went to the concert, and that was not planned in the itinerary at all until Kathy, when she shares her aha moments of the weekend, she'll tell you what and how that all happened and why that happened. So with that being said, I think I probably should bring Kathy Holland on, and Mark. And thank you, Mark, for being on this on this call, because I know you are part of the Rain family now, and you see it, and it is going to absolutely explode. You guys are going to explode your business. So take it away, guys.
How many minutes do I have?
Oh, wow.
The string's only 18 inches long, so it shouldn't be that bad.
All right. So as Aaron said, after on Saturday, was it Saturday or Friday? No, Friday, sorry. Friday. So I said, you know what? We need to take Casey on a road trip Chamber of Commerce tour. Just to give him a little idea of what Alberta's about, or actually the capital of Alberta is Edmonton. I says, okay, we're going to go on a road trip. So we drove down to Winterburn to a little restaurant called Donna's Eatery. I can't say nothing bad about the restaurant. It was bar none, epic. The sandwiches, the experience. So when we arrived there at 1:30, Marty, the owner, anytime he comes and sees me, always gives me a hug. And he says, well, Kathy, there's 42 people ahead of you. I said, what? Like 42 orders. I says, look, we've got a VP here from Utah. He's never been to Edmonton. We're kind of on a time frame here. Would you mind pushing the order? No problem. Anything for you, Kathy. So he did. So we left there. We drove down back towards Edmonton. We passed West Edmonton Mall because that is one of the highlights for shopping, but we didn't go in. But that's the next time when Casey comes in, I'll make sure that he brings his credit card so it's all empty, so he can buy some things to take back home. Then from there we went down to Laurier Park, Sterling Valley Zoo. We went around the park there, showed him where the dog park, and I says, oh, we're not too far from Connor McDavid's house and the Edmonton Oilers Daryl Cates' home. So we drove into the neighborhood, show where these homes were, and then on the way out of there, we drove down to the university. We went down Grote Road, went up to the university area, showed him where Peter Pocklington lived. Then we showed him the university campus. We went down White Avenue. From there, we went down to Wall Junior Bridge to see the water treatment plant, and you could see the legislative grounds. And then Aaron was explaining that last winter we had a convoy, which I was involved with that, for the mandates to be taken down in Edmonton. And then from there, of course, we had to show him Rogers Place. So, but before we went to Rogers Place, I said the furthest point is Commonwealth Stadium. So okay. So Casey, this is, I'm kind of being the tour guide. I says, okay, this is Rogers Place, but we'll come back to it. So we went to Commonwealth Stadium, and all of a sudden we turned the corner and you could see the billboard say, Luke Coombs, tomorrow night. He says, what? He's here tomorrow. I says, Casey, it was all ordered for you. No, I didn't say that. But anyways, he was so excited. So I showed him, this is the stadium where they have concerts and football, blah, 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 blah. And then we drove towards Rogers Place to show him where Wayne Gretzky's statue is. And I drove very, very slow so he could take a film. And then after that, we went on the high level bridge, and then we proceeded back to the hotel. And I wanted to do that for Casey because knowing that he's never been here, we wanted to show the Canadian hospitality. And I couldn't, the vibes was so high with the I call the original 6 that was with us. At the, I was going to say the hockey game, but the concert, I was vibrating when I got home. I was really vibrating. Anyways, do I do my testimony now?
Yeah, you can do your testimony and then some of your takeaways for the Saturday event during the daytime.
Yeah. So my testimony is when Mark and I first started it, it was March 24th. I have it on the calendar. And that first week, we were very tired. We weren't feeling that great. I thought, what is going on? We disregard all of our vitamin B, vitamin C, his heart pills, everything. I says, we're not using it anymore. Why? Why do we need it since we're going to be on this rain product? But we were very tired. On my Fitbit, I have never slept over 11 hours, ever. So I'm thinking, okay, this must be working. Something's coming, are changing our whole system, or something's weird going on. So, and continuing on with the rain, I've got psoriasis or eczema on my hand. So I started putting the rain product on it, the sole. I was using the red for a while. It wasn't doing anything. And then I started using the sole itself, and I could see a big difference. These doctors feed us garbage. It's not the natural stuff that we need for our body to get fuel. It isn't. And I just, prescription after prescription after it, nothing's working. Well, guess what? The soul is working. So that's, one of my testimonies. Mark has a testimony as well.
Like I got osteoarthritis really bad in my ankle, my neck, and my shoulder. Well, I even hurt my shoulder last year. I couldn't lift it over my shoulder at all. And then I couldn't sleep at night. And after 2 days of using it, everything's perfect.
No pain.
No pain at all. None. It's
So
amazing.
So what I got out of this whole event is meeting new people who are on this journey that I only knew a few people, but now it has opened my horizon of my journey in my new chapter with this product. The stories to share, how we can help each other. It's very emotional. I got very emotional at the very end, when Casey was up there doing his testimonial, and I started with my testimony after the fact, and it was very moving. The Dr. Beckles, that blew me away. The wellness cycle, I call it like a cycle washing machine. What this product does. This is coming from a cardiologist from the United States. It blew me away how much he has the passion, and he's talking to his patients, and he's getting his patients on this product. I was blown away. That's all I have to say. That was like 8 minutes. Sorry.
That's okay. It has been a blessing that you have come into all of our lives as well.
Oh.
And Mark, you are just, you've joined the team, the family this weekend, and you've always been behind supporting Kathy right from the get-go, but you weren't in the limelight. No, is Darcy. Darcy's not here tonight, but he's upstairs, and he's always paying attention, observing, and supporting me, right? But I can tell you, both of you are going to go very far in this company because it comes from your heart. And Kathy, I've got to know you for the last month and a half really, really deeply. And I thank you for our friendship and business relationship. It's everything. And that's what network marketing is. It's all about friendships. It's all about relationships. That's all it is. And 90% of the business is personal development.
And I took you know, what you do, Aaron, is amazing. You made this event memorable for Casey and everybody who's attended this event, and showcase the Rain International products. Meeting Sharon, I gravitated to her right away. There's something about that woman that it was hard to say goodbye. Same with Greg. Everybody. It was really hard to, but now we're here as a Rain family. Even though they live further away, it doesn't matter. We have that Rain connection, the vibration, the emotion. It is just,
Everybody's close to your heart.
Close to the heart. And you don't get that very often.
You even get that from Casey, though. It's just one big happy family. It's what it is.
Yeah. Even, working in retail or working for an owner, you don't get that feeling. The warm fuzzies. No. Every time we saw each other, what did we do? We didn't shake hands and say, hey, how are you? We hugged. That's very important. Anyways, I'm done.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Mark and Kathy.
Thank you.
And you know what? This is just the beginning. It literally is just the beginning. And we're going to have so many more of those events coming very soon. So with that, I'm going to bring on our amazing Sydney. He has been one of our amazing, we all connected online, obviously, and feels like I've known you for 30 years and I've only known you for a couple months, because that's exactly what this is all about. So, you've been with the company for how long now?
This is my third year.
Third year. So you joined just before everything got locked down, right? So
Yeah.
I want you to share your takeaways from the weekend, from Saturday. You couldn't make it out for the Thursday, Friday, but you came for the whole day Saturday. I know you were blown away with a very small group of people. Again, it's not about the numbers, it's about where the heart is. And I could feel that right away when I met you on Saturday morning.
Well, this business, it comes from the heart. I went to the event down in Las Vegas, and that's really got me going pretty good. I'm a very emotional guy as it is, but when it comes to this business, I sort of ratchet up just a little bit more because it hits me so close and dear, because my stories, if you understand my stories, I shouldn't even be here talking to you people. But I am. I'm here for a reason, and soul is one of the reasons that really keep me going, and also Ben. If it wasn't for Ben, I could even walk. It's just I live by that stuff. And it's nice to see everybody. Sharon, I've talked to her online a few times, and she got connected with a good friend of mine in Calgary. And they sort of connected online, which was interesting. It was nice to meet her, because I think everybody seems to be taller on here, but when we get in person, everybody's shorter. And it was sort of cool, because I've always wanted to catch up to Bella. Bella and I've been talking for like years. And it was so cool to get up to her finally. It's I've been communicating back. I wish Temple would have showed up. I've been waiting to catch up to her too. But I'll beckon your doorstep one day. You wait.
I'm so happy to be on here today, guys. I don't have very much of a voice because I've been a lot of medications and stuff. So in retrospect, I was in no health shape to be there. I really wanted to. I tried for 12 hours, but in retrospect, I'm glad I'm not there, because I'm sure I'd be hospitalized if I was.
Yeah, no doubt. But the biggest takeaway I got from Saturday is to where's my note here? Be proactive versus reactive. I think that's our message, is to go forward. I've been talking about a revolution, and this came from church a couple weeks ago. I sort of grabbed hold of that whole theory. I'm going to create a revolution, and this gets to be proactive, because the way things are going up in health and stuff around the world, it's getting worse. So we got to start being more. What's what I want to use again? Proactive. And let's stay that. Let's stay healthy for our family, for our kids, our grandkids, and whatever. Just enjoy life. And here is a company and a product that'll definitely, because with the rain, we get our essential vitamins and minerals and our omegas, which helps the body heal. And the body is the greatest machine going. All it just needs is the right ingredients to keep it going. And Karen's testimonial about that lady with the stuff going on in her head and stuff and all, it shows that it does work. You just got to stay with it. So I think proactive is the way to go. Reactive, it's a tough game. So I've had some customers of mine, we had to really jam it down them to get caught up. But I think proactive is the way to go. And here we have an opportunity to take this company, which I thought was doing good, but now we can take it to the next level. Whatever that level is going to be, I don't know. But we'll shoot for the moon and hopefully we'll hit something in between.
Love it. Absolutely love it. And you just nailed it on the head. You thought it was doing a great it was a great company, and it already is, obviously, but you thought the numbers were much bigger, being open in 46 countries, 47 countries. It's a needle in a haystack. I mean, I have been in the industry for 25 years. I've been building teams for over 15, or it's actually about 16, 17 years now. And I hadn't even heard about it. And I get prospected 2 to 3 times a week from other networkers constantly. Yeah. So when I say, when we have something so incredible in our hands, and being around Casey, and Temple pre-warned me and said, Casey's a very unique individual.
I did.
Yeah, you did one day, and in the right way, meaning I know, Temple, you've been around corporate leaders in the past, leadership in, corporate jobs, etc., in your jobs and in network marketing. And what RAIN is, the culture that comes right from the top is what we see when Paul presents his presentation. And now I can relate to Paul, and we can check off all those check marks that we're looking for to be aligned with our morals and our values. And you nailed it, Cindy. It's incredible what's going to happen. They're gearing up for something so massive in North America that I think people's heads are going to spin in the next year.
Well, I totally agree. I think we're on the cusp of an explosion taking place, because I've said this before, like, this has probably been the world's best kept secret.
Yeah.
Time to open up the door and let it fall out, see what happens.
Awesome.
Seriously.
Absolutely. I 1000% agree with you there. What's the world's best secret? That's part of my script that I share out to people.
So do I.
You nailed it on my head, on top of it. So thank you so much for coming out, Cindy. We really appreciate it.
It was well worth it. I enjoyed the trip. It was fun. It was a tough day for me. I was hurting. I could hardly walk in the house when I got back.
Yeah, no,
we'll be okay. Give another week and we'll be okay.
This is the beginning, and now I got one event underneath my belt. It's like riding a bike. You never forget, and you just get going. And even Casey said to me at midnight when we were saying goodbye to each other Saturday night in the hotel parking lot, said, you are raring to go. You are getting back in. And he goes, I didn't know you, and I've got to know you the last 3 days. You are ready to run hard like you have in the past. And I said, yeah, I was just getting getting things rolling, and now I'm ready to roll. So get ready. So with the third person I want to bring on tonight is our dear Kathy Shield. Kathy and I have known each other for 10 years. I cannot believe it's been 10 years, and time flies. And she's a very quiet lady, but when she speaks, people listen, because she's a knowledge like you wouldn't believe. She's kind of like my second mom. I've been through a lot of bumps and bruises through this past few months, and I always call Kathy, mom's busy. I need to talk to my second mom. And that's as a friend, of course, as well. And she has been my right-hand girl, building events in the past. She knows how I run and how I have all the paperwork ready and organized. Temple, I wish you would have been there to see it, but that's okay. You see my stuff anyway. You see my stuff, so you kind of get the
I know it was well organized. I'd seen it all the way along, and you did an amazing job.
Yeah, so Kathy is so excited. She had some massive breakthroughs this weekend, and I want you to share your experience with everybody, Kathy.
Okay, well, thank you. Yes, this weekend I've been in and out of network marketing. I was looking back and counting and trying to figure out, and I think it's probably about 33 years. My first experience was with Amway, quote unquote. And my first big convention was in Salt Lake City at the convention center with 17,000 people, 6 months pregnant. And my daughter was 32 in December. So that's kind of where it all started type thing, right? And I've met a lot of the top bigwig guys type thing, but in all honesty, I have never, ever in my life ran up against somebody like Casey. Like I was just totally blown away, because no matter who you meet up at the top, you always feel like you're way down here and that they're way up here. And you just can't seem to connect with them. You don't, like you always feel like you're the little peon way down here, and you're almost afraid to say hi to them. You're afraid to shake their hand. You're afraid to give them a hug. And it seemed like all we were doing all weekend was hugging and having fun. And he speaks to you as a person. He doesn't think that you're any less or that he's way up there type thing. And it was amazing to run across somebody that treats you that way from the position that he's in. And there's like missing big events, whether it's not even a big event, like there was very few of us there, but it felt like there was 200 or 300 people at least there. You weren't treated any differently because it was a small group or a large group. And the belief was just so unbelievable. It just brought out so much more than what you ever thought it was going to be. Yeah, there was definitely some belief there that I've never had it within other companies. Mark and Kathy are amazing. Greg, I've known him not quite as long, but through a couple of other companies. I recognized Sydney as soon as he walked in from seeing him on the meetings and things like that. It was great seeing Sharon, and Sharon was kind of, I don't know if I can go to this concert or not. And it was so good to see you just relax and have fun and enjoy and stand up and dancing along with the music. And, it was just, I've never experienced something like that, whether it be with 17,000 people or with 6 of us type thing. Like it was an amazing experience. And, the products are awesome. I can't even remember when I signed up, in all honesty, end of March, middle of March, somewhere around there.
It's March 11th or something around.
Something like that. I had a soft tissue injury in my right shoulder. I started nursing in 78, so it was somewhere around that time that it occurred, late 70s, early 80s. And it's given me pain and hassles. And since that time, I don't even know I have pain in my shoulder anymore. My knee, it's getting there, but like they say, it goes to where your body needs it when you take it. So I guess my shoulder needed fixing before my knee did. My knee is definitely feeling better than what it was, but my shoulder, like I said, I don't even notice pain in it anymore or anything like that. From the other people that were there from Paul's team and that, like I said, it was just everybody connected. And everybody, it was just such a neat feeling. It wasn't, this person does that person does this. Everybody just connected. And it was such an amazing feeling. It wasn't anybody pitted against anybody. It was just a really good group of people, and the camaraderie and the friendships that were built and the connection that was there was just unbelievable. It was amazing. I want to thank you, Erin, for always trusting in me. I'm more of a behind the scenes person. I don't like being right out in front. I like hiding in the background and helping in the back.
But
And
you were right, when I showed up the door, you were right out front.
I did. Well, I was right out front there.
You were
but,
right
you
out
know,
front, yes.
you know, and it's just, you know, like I said, Aaron and I have done a lot of things together over the years with a couple of the different companies we've been in. And I just want to thank Aaron, especially for always believing in me and giving me the support and that I need to get that little extra push out there type thing. And so it's been amazing, and I look forward to many, many more good things. And Kathy, you know, like I said, it's the second time I guess I've met Kathy in person, really. And we did the registration table together, and it was just a phenomenal 3 days of just being together and the connections and the friendships that go along with it. It was amazing. Temple, I wish you would have been here, but I understand, and we will see you again, definitely.
Well, can I just have a second, just to say that I am so disappointed I didn't get to meet you guys in person. Like, honestly, super, super excited. Also, the other thing, like, I do fly standby. For those of you who don't know, that my husband is a pilot with Air Canada. So to get out there as often as I can, I mean, there's 8 to 12 flights a day to Edmonton from Toronto. It was a very big fluke that these 3 airplanes the night before had got grounded, and 500 people, paying people on passenger loads, were then ahead of me. I was the first on standby in business class. I waited 12 hours, missed 8 flights. Honestly, I still am in disbelief. My luggage went to Edmonton. I did not. And you guys could have even used all my signage. Like, imagine if you just went to the airport, stole my luggage, used my signage, and then put it back so I could get it the next day.
Yeah.
Also, I wanted just to explain a little bit about my health. Since this is a healthy business, it's a very difficult position to be in as a leader and be sick. I have had asthma and allergies my whole life, since I was 2 years old. That's over 50 years. And now I'm in a situation where, for some reason, 2 months ago, something went very, very wrong, and put me in the hospital, which I was very forthcoming about. I have a lot of followers and wanted to make sure that people understood the truth of why I was in the hospital, that it was not COVID, and that it was asthma. But when I put on that breathing machine, a lot of damage was done with 200 pounds of oxygen into my lungs. And also the air has changed. Yes, we have a ton of fires across Canada, the US, everywhere. And so there's a lot of smoke in the air. Today, actually, I was 2 hours late to the ball game, but I still had to go because I had to bring back my son. But I couldn't go because during those times because it was too smoky. So here we're in Ontario with smoke, and I was all worried about going to Edmonton with smoke. But I wanted to also let you know, I haven't been a good girl. I have not been doing my rain products like I should. And I know that I kind of get into this habit of, yeah, I take one when I need it, I take one when I need it. But realistically, as a lifelong asthmatic with year-round allergies, I need to be on this product daily. And some days I'm just too busy. I've had a coffee and that's all I've had until like 10 o'clock at night. So I need to slow down. I need to have my rain products. So I'm at 4 a day now, just so you know, I'm being a good girl for those that are watching. I'm taking 2 Sol and 2 Core. The Sol were really hard for me at first because of the little seeds. I was getting aspirated because I'm breathing so hard to try and breathe. I was aspirating those little seeds into my lungs, which I'm sure are, you know, just going moldy down there because that's what it feels like. So now I'm doing more Bend and Core, and I've upped my my Bright for focus and clarity, and I've also added Renew twice a day. So I am working on getting better, but in a healthy industry like this, it is very difficult to have damaged my vocal cords now as a public speaker with all the aerosol sprays. But my medications are not working. For some reason, since I had long COVID for 5 months, they are no longer effective. And Ventolin is, you know, your asthmatic's best friend. And I had 50 puffs of Ventolin on Sunday, and 8 is the limit for the day. So it's been a real eye-opener. It's been difficult to be so excited about this new team that's forming out there, wanting to fly across Canada with all the things that I've got booked, and then be sick and not be able to do it. So I just want to give you guys a full explanation and let you know that I'm really sad that I wasn't there, and that I'm doing a good job of being on my rain products. 4 times a day, and that I will be in Newfoundland. I have booked that flight. I've paid actual money to be on the flight, and I'm going to fly home standby, but I want to make sure that I don't disappoint again. And there's going to be a lot of hiccups still throughout the summer flying. Air Canada's got some big issues. So I am definitely getting there. Sharon, never fear. I'm taking Swoop, which is like a swear word in our house with Air Canada. I'm definitely going to be there. So please send your people. We will record everything. We were going to Zoom everything so that people can be included. And I'll get back to training. And meanwhile, I'll rest my voice.
Well, just remember what I put in my message to you. Take care of you, right? You have to take care of yourself so that you can be there for others.
That's
As
right.
I'm constantly telling my daughter, you have to take care of you so you can be there for your boys, right?
And we're so busy, and I have 5 events like on this last week before Edmonton. I had 5 events. I'm feeding 300 people on Thursday for the school. Like, things are insane. So definitely I will work on it. I've got a week off, and which I will just be building rain. No more events.
Awesome. Thank you, Kathy, for sharing your aha moments, your takeaways. And like I said, butterfly is going to start flying here. You're going to come out of your nest, and you're coming out of your cocoon, and you're going to actually really tap into your power. You have a lot of talent in you, and I've always seen it from 10 years ago when I met you. And it takes time, and like I said, network marketing, the business, is 90% personal development. If you stick to your personal development, you will grow 100%, and your business will grow 100%. And and the more longer you're in the industry, and like Kathy, Greg, Temple, Sharon, even Cindy, Jerry, all of us, Chuck, it's the relationships, like Kathy Holland said, it's memorable, and it's incredible. So thank you, Temple, for sharing what happened and being transparent with all of us. And we got to say, we are the Rain family. We're here. We don't prejudge. We understand how life is. We get it. Life gets crazy in our worlds that we live in right now. And sometimes things happen for us to say, whoa, we got to step back, and we got to take care of me. Right. And that's fine. I mean, heck, when you come the next time, it's going to be one heck of a party, and it's going to be one heck of a transformation in Alberta, in Western Canada. I guarantee you it'll be 10 times bigger, because what Casey poured into us, and Sharon sharing all her experiences with us, and Sydney and Bella and Judy, like everybody, we were just like, us newbies in this company, we were like sponges. We wanted to hear everything from everybody. We didn't want, like Kathy said, we didn't want the weekend to end. We didn't. And literally, when Casey said, I wish the EBS would go off so I didn't have to go home, so I could stay here. This feels like home to me. He said, this is incredible. I wish I would have come to Canada sooner, especially to Alberta. When I told him Alberta is very much like Texas, that was on the phone on Tuesday. He's like, well, I'm in. This is going to be a fun trip then. So I said, yeah, it's just like totally like Texas, just like from
Montana too.
Whole middle section.
You gotta get them down here to Calgary where the Cowboys are. Come on.
Well, that's what we were explaining to.
Well, I am in BC, July 15th to the 30th, with the opportunity to fly between Victoria and Edmonton, or Victoria and Calgary, if there is something that might pop up in the July 15th to the 30th range. I need actually a couple days. So let's say 17th to the 30th. I need a couple days to get my feet ready, but I can fly back and forth for next to nothing. So if there is an opportunity that might come up,
we'll have to maybe figure something out.
I'd rather maybe join my Rain family than stay with my own family, because it's going to be crazy. So
what were the days again there, Temple?
the 15th to the 30th, I'm in Victoria.
Okay.
which I would be more than happy to do a home party if you knew any relatives there or had any people or teams that are there. I could certainly show up for a home party. Like I said, I will be
Okay.
with 2 weeks of vacation with my family. I will be looking for work to do. The boys are doing a sailing course, so they're gone from 9 a.m. to 5 every day. And my husband will be with his cousin, and I don't need to be there. So
Prospecting, good.
I'll be prospecting. Be working. Please put me to work.
Okay, you got her.
The Edmonton team needs me. I'll be there.
Awesome. Well,
Yeah, I
Careful,
think we
be
all,
careful what you wish for.
So I had to say, I think a couple days, like, you know, since I'm already halfway across there or more than halfway, then just skipping over to Calgary or Edmonton. I have a lot of friends in Calgary, so if there was an event in Calgary, I have a place to stay even. But like, just keep
we
me
have a couple people down in
Okay, I'll
Calgary.
make some notes. Okay, sounds good. Thanks.
Kathy Holland, do you have a question? Or you have your raised?
Yeah, I just want to say, we, Rain Partners, family, we are the med beds. We've got the product. We're going to get better. That's what I feel out of this whole weekend. We are the med beds and we're going to heal. And this is the product.
Yep. Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to say. I promise.
Kathy, excellent job on your testimonial. I want to say excellent job on your testimonial. I was really happy that you spoke for us and you were live. And I sat in a lawn chair and I watched the whole doctor's event and took as many pictures of the slides as I could for you guys. So I definitely wanted to say thank you for sharing. And Sharon did an excellent job as well. Thank you for sharing, Sharon.
Thank you.
It was nice. It was nice to see some friendly faces and some great testimonials already coming out of that area. So.
Wow. And not just only, but each time we get together here, you get a new testimonial from yourself and Sharon and Kathy and the customers. Like,
well, I hope you take my example of being sick and not taking the product as a reverse testimonial. You know, I've been medication free 17 years because of a high antioxidant rich diet. I backed off my high antioxidant rich diet and only used it when I was sore or feeling tired or whatever. I kind of didn't do it like as a regular basis for the last 5 months. And now all of a sudden a huge difference. And now my health is I'm kind of backtracking in order to get back to a high anti-inflammatory rich diet. So I really think that, you know, you have to sort of test your body and you have to see where you're at and what you need. And you know, and I tested it and I failed. So I'm definitely going to get back in the saddle.
and same thing with Sydney. Your testimony is today, like,
Yeah, I
people
didn't know
don't,
this, Sydney.
for me,
I didn't know anything about his testimonial. I've been working with you for years and I didn't know that.
Oh, I keep it. Well, it's more and more coming out. Yeah. I've talked about it more and more openly because I did the GoPro. One thing that Eric got us to do is to be a little more vulnerable. So I do tell my story a little more, and I get tears. I start talking about it because it is so close and dear. Because I shouldn't be here. I, you know what, my next third chapter, if you want to call it, I've had 2 close calls already. You know, and I think. But soul has saved me many times, and I'm here to do something, whatever it is. When I talk to people, this all comes out though. It's just amazing. And just to be yourself and talk to people. And I've had them come up to me and say, no, I'm glad you stopped by and took a few minutes of your time just to say hi. You know, like it just literally blows me away, this business, how it gets to your heart so quickly.
Mm-hmm.
And there's people out there who are hurting and they just want to be heard and listen to their stories and say, well, you know, I maybe have something that might help you. Be willing to take a listen.
but you know what, Sydney, here's the thing. A lot, when people are sick, what do? They pick up the phone, they phone their doctor. I'm not feeling good. So what does the doctors do? They feed you this pharmaceutical crap. It does nothing.
Yeah.
And here we have a natural seed product, and that testimony from those two doctors on Saturday is going to be a game changer to a lot of people. Big
Oh,
time.
since Dr. Beckles come on board, it's been a game changer.
Aaron, is there any way that we can get that? I know I've asked.
Still works.
Is it still in works for Dr. Beckles?
It's still in the works. Corporate hasn't released it. They're probably editing it or whatever they're doing. Yes, they'll get it out to us, Casey said. Yeah.
Yeah, they put it in the video and we can send it out. Be just great. Yeah.
With what you guys just brought up, actually, just 2 seconds ago, I want Mark. Is Mark there? I want him to share what happened to him yesterday and how easy it was to share. They were texting me. Mark or Kathy was texting me yesterday afternoon after Mark got home from work. 911.
That's the code.
Call. We have emergency call. Meanwhile, I was in the process of getting the codes, the 5% codes out to all of you guys. I'm like, I'm coming. Like, just give me a second. And then all of a sudden we got on the call on the phone. And Mark, what happened at work yesterday?
Well, I went to, there's two Cal's tire stores side by side in Yellowhead Trail, and I sold them both forklifts. Then I went there to get pricing for tires for Nancy. I was talking to the young guy, because I bought tires from him last week, and we got a really sweet deal. But anyways, and the young Parker, he's probably in his early 20s. And he says, how old are you, Mark? And I said, 60s. Get out, you look so good. I said, look at me. What are you doing on the healthy foods and all that? I'm on seed nutrition. And he kind of asked, and I kind of explained to him what it was. And then he goes, I'm interested in that. And he wants me to send him information. And so what that, and today I was at National Fire Equipment, and I know the lady manager, they're pretty good. And we're talking about stuff, and she's eating healthily all the time. And she said, oh, vitamins aren't working. I go work in the garden and I can't hardly get up and walk anymore. And I might have something that might work for you. So I start telling her about the stuff, and she goes, send me information.
Yeah. So that's how easy.
Yeah. It's all about relationships though, right?
So
Mark, like and trust is the key thing.
Mark will get the contacts. I will do the follow-ups and send the information and then take it from there. But you know, this is
I have one guy I work with, he's 65. He's been fighting with cancer. He lost half his tongue about 10 years ago. And he's got a big growth on the side of his face, and they biopsies, they have no idea what it is.
It's not healing.
So it's not healing at all. It's always open all the time. So I'm going to get him onto the soul. And
you know, he can put that on topically as well as 4 a day. Initially, when something is that infected and coming out, you need a really high antioxidant diet. Antioxidants only last in the system 4 to 6 hours. So my recommendation would be 4 soles a day for at least 2 weeks, and also topically.
Okay.
Oh, good. We're gonna call you Dr. Ted.
I'm only 2 degrees away from a doctor, but I wish now I had got my doctorate.
I'm hoping I can convince him to try it anyway. So.
Well, and you know what? It doesn't hurt to find, because obviously, and this is the sales pitch, Jim, obviously the stuff that you're getting from the doctor is not working and healing the wound. Try this.
I think he would try it. He'll ask me.
Ask him some yes questions.
And he'll ask me if he still can drink rum yet, and I'll say yes. But he's very
If
positive.
I can give you something and you can still drink rum, would that be of interest to you? Yes.
Yeah.
And if it could maybe reduce some inflammation both topically and internally, doesn't that sound good? Yes.
And he just had cataract surgery too.
Well, it helps with vision.
Yeah.
I've got
some people are taking.
I just found. Pardon?
I know some people are taking so they can hit a running rabbit 1,000 yards.
And you know, I asked Casey, I mean, on the weekend, is there an age limit for kids? He says, no, there's no age limit. You can even feed it to your dog.
Yeah, the core is better for dogs though. So just keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, I think there's something in soul that dogs can't take. I don't know.
Something in soul.
Yeah.
Dogs that
It's
not
the
good
sole
for dogs.
topically for the like, but then they can lick it. So I think it's the core. The core is better for dogs.
And that would make sense because it's the greens, right?
We also work with a couple of horse doctors. One is a horse teeth doctor, a dentist, and another one is works with horses at a race level. And any kind of wounds that they get on their leg, they put the product on and almost instantly heals.
And that's the core temple.
Or
Wow.
or for the animals. And large dogs get kind of growths and stuff like bumps. Sometimes they get all lumpy. I used to have labs, and it works really good for that. And same with one of the dogs had arthritis in their back legs, and you can do glycosamine sulfate for dogs, but you can also do the bend. So a teaspoon of bend over top of their kibbles, and we're seeing some incredible results.
Wow.
Wow.
So who do you know that's a vet? Who do you know that likes animals? I've got some posts that I will, I just all of a sudden everything came flashing back, but I've done a full series for animal care and our product. So I will find those slides, social media, and we can start social media pushing them out.
With that, thank you, Temple, for sharing all that amazing information, because Kathy, now her brain is just like, she's thinking of all the different people that has animals now.
I deal with farmers too.
Exactly. Yeah, with forklifts, exactly. Our wonderful Greg, this is like, I have Kathy, she's my mom, Kathy Shield. Greg is kind of like my dad, because he's been there for me like you wouldn't believe, through our crazy chaotic this last 10 months. All of you got to meet Darcy, but Jerry and Chuck that are living in the States, but and of course Temple wasn't there, but Greg is incredible individual. We got to I figured out the dates, and we've known each other for 5 years now. Greg, isn't that crazy how long we've known each other? And we immediately connected 5 years ago, and we have been like glue. He says, whatever you do, whatever you get involved in, I'm following you. Because you are my mentor, and I just know where your heart comes from. And I know Greg really needed this weekend. He has been going through some crazy stuff, just like everybody else, because life still continues. And he was there, and he got so much from it. So I want him to share his takeaways from the whole weekend with us.
Yes, thank you so much. Nice to be here with everyone. And yes, if anybody needed this weekend, it certainly was me. It was nice to get away from, I'm blessed with somebody thinks I can handle a lot. So I've always wanted to help people since I was a kid. And of course, my mom's my hero, because she heart of gold, just like Aaron here, like to put on this event and bring these people together. Like, it's no wonder, right? Like that it turns out so good, and it's from the heart, right? So very genuine mentor and friend and so on, but just incredible. Like I can see how she drew Casey, Temple and Sharon and Kathy and Mark and Sydney and Gary here, or Jerry here. Like, I mean, it's incredible. So anyways, we needed that breakup to get to Edmonton here. So like in meeting Casey, like what a genuine person. Like he was just himself, and just being himself, and just being like such a caring, genuine person. Like it was just like sitting with your best friend, on your living room and having a discussion on just about anything. It didn't matter what came up. It was from the heart. And for him to realize that we needed this in this little area of Edmonton compared to the 46 countries, like, like what owner does that? Like, I mean, it truly shows that he cares about every one of us on every level, because he's found some miracle there, right? Like he understood, like he was saying with his first phone call that he took, that gentleman that said, hey, look, it's not like I really need this. Like it's not a matter of, not having it. Like I need to have it. Like, and he understood there was something very special there. And but anyways, for him to come out and be himself, it just pours out with everybody. We all connected. And I thank you so much, Aaron and Temple. I know you had a lot to do with getting this event going and showing, hey, there's something going on here in Edmonton. And we got some brilliant people here and willing to share and care, right? Like what I learned from Casey too was that life and nutrition begins with a seed. And of course we're in the seed business now, but it's all kinds of planting seeds in our daily lives, right? But you know that when they brought out also the doctors in the house, like Dr. Beckles and Dr. Zita, like that was a world-class presentation. Like a lot of the Dr. Beckles slides were from Harvard Business School and so on. Like how much more professional. I don't think a TV show could have presented a better presentation from a doctor in this field. Like even in just genuine health and nutrition, what does the body really need? Like if I can touch base on a couple of my notes, the 8 dimensions of wellness, and your choice beats your genetics. So it shows you that no matter where you come from, whatever you have a choice to improve on it, change it. You can't just blame it on genetics or whatever, you know, and always looking outwards as to it's this one's fault or that one's fault, or hey, just look in the mirror and you can change. So it really hit me deep. Because we've all known people that just don't want to listen. You know, I just lost somebody that didn't want to listen, but yet we do have, if we're willing to listen. Sorry, you never know when it's going to hit you. You know, we all want to be big, strong men and people, but you never know when the heart really feels it. But anyway, rain feeds the miracle that is our body, right? That's one of the other big things that came out. There's a lot. Like I have 7.5 pages of notes from this. So of course, you know, I'd love to have that recording, but I mean, there's just so many nuggets. It was a buffet of knowledge, of information that you brought out to us. Even vitamin D, like I was blown away with vitamin D3. And when you said, you know, vitamin D3, every cell needs it, right? And it's just a spray of sunshine, like Sharon said there. You know, these little nuggets that really mean a lot. It's so easy to share like that. I could go on and on, but yeah, you know, it's so many notes I have here, but the people I met there with Kathy there, like, I mean, we touched base. Like that was the first time me meeting them, right? I think I've seen Kathy one other time before, but I mean, these are genuine people, and Mark and like Sharon, like these are true to heart people, and they're willing to listen and actually take you for who you are. So this rain business is like, I've been on one other big one before, like 25 years ago. So I know I just helped, you know, I got introduced with my daughter to meet Aaron as well, but truly haven't been in one solid one like that for a long time, because it got taken out from underneath me, right? And so, and I was one to serve the customer for life, not just for the moment type thing. So I was kind of blown away from that, right? Like, I mean, you create good people, good things, and went far, but when it gets taken out, well, there you go, right? But in this business here with rain, it just kind of, wow. People I've met so far and people I've talked to, it's just, you know, this is good. This is good. And surprised us with some more this weekend. So, I mean, I could go on, but I'll tell you more in the different events that we're going to have and share a little more with family and everything. So,
Awesome.
but I really do deeply thank you for being true to yourselves and letting me be a small part of it, because I'll never forget this little family from this weekend. Like we're friends for life. And even my best friend is in Montreal. He's an Air Canada pilot, right? And my other best friend is on Vancouver Island in Nanaimo. And yeah, there's a lot more. But anyways, thank you so much. And just glad to be along with your journey.
I was so excited. I kept on texting you and I said, Greg, and you guys, just so you guys know, I agree. Definitely clap, absolutely. Because he has a very large job responsibility at his job, and his mill went down over the weekend. His big boss was pressuring him to stay in Whitecourt and work all weekend, and he said, no, I'm committed. I told Erin that I will be at her house because we need to go pick up the co-owner of this company at the airport. I will be there. And I mean, even Thursday, while we were in the airport waiting at the arrival gates, they were calling him and saying, we need you back here. And he's like, no. And kudos to you, Greg, because you knew God was telling you to be here. And that's exactly why you were here, because you are going to be that eagle that I've always known you are. And you are going to just absolutely blow it out of the water. You were messaging people, though, as fast as you started meeting, you met Casey in the vehicle coming over to the hotel. You were already messaging people that you knew in Edmonton saying, you must come and see my amazing friend here. He's a co-owner of the company. And you didn't give them very much information. And people were responding back to you saying, yeah, I would love to, but I'm headed here or headed there or whatever. And you know what? That it doesn't matter, because you've planted the seed, because now you have a reason to come back to them and say, hey, now I want to share the rest of the weekend with you. And let's make a time together and we can have a conversation on Zoom or in person, or get the person in front of Casey or myself or some of the other leaders, because that's what it's all about. So you're just the simple connector. And I know you had major aha moments there Thursday night when we had dinner. We are only the connector. That's all we have to be. We have to be the messenger of the message.
We just need to share the miracle that is rain.
Absolutely.
And then like I learned from Casey, he said, let's just get out of the way and let it flourish, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's not about us. It's about that individual, that it'll help them bring out the very best in them. We just have to step out of the way and let the miracle flourish. Plant the seed and let it grow. Let the sunshine and the water hit. Let's just share.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Greg, for being there. And this is just going to be the very beginning of many more amazing events that we're going to be holding here. And Casey's ready to have an event in the mountains, just so you know. So it's going to be awesome. We had that discussion when we were on our VIP tour across to Edmonton on Friday afternoon. So with that, I'm going to bring on the very last amazing, soulful lady that I've ever met in my entire life. We had a 2-hour call last night. Sorry, Temple, I never got to you yesterday. We were going to get on a call. But it's been, you know how events are after. Everybody's messaging you. It's been busy for the last 48 hours. But Sharon and I chatted it had to be 2 hours last night. And of course, we obviously visited and she picked my brain a lot while she was out in Edmonton for the weekend, Friday and Saturday. And I'm not going to say much more, but I want Sharon to share her experience. I know her fire is reignited and she's already planning the Newfoundland event. The flyers are out already. And thank you, Temple, for helping on all that, because that is what it is all about. We all have different gifts. Sharon knows that every individual has different gifts because she has incredible gifts herself. And there is so many reasons why we have been connected. I remember Temple telling me 3 months ago, I can't wait for you to meet my friend Sharon. And I'm like, I'm sure I probably will understand why when I meet her. And I sure did. And you changed my life. Thank you for reigniting my fire too. Because every 90 days, we have to reignite our fire. That's exactly the cycle of our business here. So take it away.
Yeah, when I was introduced to this, and thank you, because I just felt that there was more to rain, but I've been I say for the past 10 years on a spiritual journey and quest to heal mind, body, and spirit. So that's, rain is the platform in which I was consistent in the past 4 years since I've been taking it. So we all have natural gifts we're born with until the world gets at us, and then, our judgment and the conditions and the programming and such. But I've always been very strong-willed and type of person to walk to the beat of my own drum. And unfortunately, you let people get in the way sometimes. And but you peel back the layers. And this journey, it's no, it was divine timing. And I don't know about you, but I've learned a lot, not just about rain, but finally feeling that I'm home. The last 3 years have just been like so hard for everybody. And I lost another family member a few months ago to cancer. And I'm just so fucking sick of it. I'm sorry, my language, but that's just where I am. And I know where God has put me. And I've gotten through it. And I want to teach people how to do it. I've learned how to do it in other ways. Now I want to learn how to do it through network marketing because it's very freeing to live financially free, to be free from disease and illness, to the fact, and my conviction about it is so deep that I had canceled my Blue Cross insurance and my critical illness insurance. That's how much that I believe in what we do, but also on an energetic level. So just like how rain gets to the root of our cells, it can nurture our minds and bodies and spirits as well, heal emotionally. And I've done it. And I'm not saying that I'm perfect, but how God has blessed me and helping me understand the mind, body, and ego and the doctors and with rain and how all this is coming together. It's a connection that to me, I say to people, I said, my hierarchy is God, rain, God, then rain. And I might have had a 4.5 hour drive in, and on the way back, I had so many synchronicities. I didn't really want to drive back alone, but the whole weekend was coming in like everything is symbolism in life, everything. And you mentioned an eagle, and I seen one on the way back, and I knew like that was for me. And anything that I've ever questioned about where I am, I knew I'm right where I'm meant to be, and it feels like home. And I also, you guys know you can't make this shit up, because I was driving along and I felt this tickle under my chin, and I went like this. My uncle Brian, who died with cancer, and his last breath, he said, "I'm coming back," he said, "and I'm coming back as a blue jay." And he said, "A saucy one." And as I was scratching my chin, and I felt like, "Brian, is that you?" And just to the right, it was called Blue Jay Road. It's like, you can't make this shit up.
Yeah.
And that, and I was just so humbled by everybody's story and seeing like new people come in and feeling like they're home too. And I tell you, when you've been separate from God for as long as we all have been, there's no accents when people of God come together. I'm just so humbled. Home's concert. I had no intention of going. I was afraid to be and step out and be around a lot of people. And here's a small town boy who came out with a big voice, and it inspired the shit clean out of me. And I looked at Casey and I said, isn't it amazing that one small voice can make such a big impact? And I looked and seen that we are all a star like that. It's just, how do we get there? But rain has given me the mental clarity, focus, and energy. You know, we don't claim to heal, cure, or prescribe, but sure shit in a cat. Proof is in the pudding. People are here. I'm hypothyroidism free. And people deserve to know about it. So I'm ready to help people share their story. And I'm just thankful for you guys. Thank you for seeing me, because I see you too. And it feels like home.
You know, I have exactly
Big hugs, Sharon. Big hugs.
big
Yeah.
mama bear
Love you
hugs
all.
to you. And I've had the honor to work with CEOs and senior VPs and top leadership of companies a couple times now. And I can tell you, this one feels like home.
Yeah.
It feels entirely different.
Yeah.
To the point that I know our energy, our vibration on who was there and who was in the presence, whether it was during the day on Saturday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday evening. We were sharing that vibration out because I had many people texting me through the concert, not just Temple, but others saying, I wish I was there. I could not believe I missed this event. And there's more and more coming, and they're paying attention. And it was like Kathy said, it felt like there was 200-300 people in the room, and there was 15 of us on Saturday.
Exactly.
Like,
Yeah,
I'm not
exactly right.
kidding.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
I can't describe it much more than that. It was just absolutely unbelievable. I've never felt that. And I've been on the stage like Temple at major events in Toronto, in the big convention centers, and doing the presentation of the opportunity of the product and opportunity. So I know what those big events feel like. And it was just absolutely amazing, Sharon, for you to, it was divine timing, that the reason why you were up in Fort McMurray and then you drove down 4.5 hours. And I feel you. I used to live in Peace River. I used to do 6 hours one way for events in the past over the years. Us Canadians love to drive, especially
Yeah,
Alberta.
I didn't mind it. It was beautiful. It
I
was
know you were
absolutely
like, wow,
beautiful.
I'm already in Edmonton. I know when you called me, and I'm like, holy man, you're like, what time
Well,
did you leave?
oh yeah, but there, like my guides were like, yeah, there's a 777 very powerful, energetic, for lack of layman's terms, like portal that, and I was like, yeah, no, this is the go ahead. And so we're planning Let It Rain retreat, the 7th, 8th, and 9th. So yeah, it's time for, and I want to, and just before I came on this evening, the sister of the lady who she's been an inspiration. She said, if you read her testimonial in Wellness Wave, her mortality was at check, and she took the leap of faith, and she just knew, and she messaged me on Mother's Day to wish me happy Mother's Day.
Aww.
How amazing is that? And her, I'm hoping to get an update, like it is updated, but her story is it needs to be shared too, and I'm hoping that she might even you know, come on just for a few minutes just to say hi. Her speech, like she doesn't remember everything all the time, like, but like she can't retain it. She doesn't retain it. I mean, she's had a lot of damage from the chemo, radiation, and brain surgery, and you know, and had multiple brain tumors. Now it's down to one. That is, you know, she's got the fight and will to live. So I think, you know, Rain has brought her this far, and then I think sending her a lot of love. So if you guys can, there's power in prayer. So if you guys could just, you know, help her, ask for the guidance, pray for the guidance that, you know, the right people, places, and things can come into her life to kick this in the ass once and for all.
Wonderful. And we will pray. We definitely will
Betcha.
send
Yeah.
out that energy
Our
and
prayer meeting tomorrow night. You're in there.
exactly. Absolutely. Lastly, I want to bring on our dear brothers from USA. I know there's only a couple of you guys on tonight. Normally there's 3 or 4 of you guys on. I think if you guys could have been here, you would have been here in Edmonton, but that's okay because we're all going to be in Florida in October. And we know the location. We're not sharing the location, but it's a fun location. And corporate will be sharing that information. But he came here to find out what weekend we wanted because they didn't want to compromise our Thanksgiving weekend up here in Canada. So hence, it's the weekend after Thanksgiving in Canada. So mark those dates. Work towards those that promotion. It is super duper easy. I know Mark's eyes, Darcy's eyes, he couldn't believe it. He's seen promotions. He's never seen something like that. He's like, that's a walk in a park to do that. Bring 5 partners in and get to 4,000 points in enrollment volume. No pen rank attached to it, and you're qualified at the top package to get there. And your rooms are all covered for 2, not just 1 person, for 2, and your meals, your group meals, and amazing gifts, as well as $1,000 voucher toward a reimbursement towards your flights to get there. So
that's totally unheard of for any company.
Unheard of. So we all need, that is our big promotion. We have 90 days to get it done by August 31st. Let's go. I know many of you guys already have lined up 3-way calls. We've been texting, talking. That's hence why, Temple, I've been able to get to a call with you. But that's okay. We're working, right? And that's what it's all about. So Jerry, Chuck, do you have any words that you want to share, or your aha moments just listening to what we've experienced this past weekend from us all sharing? If not, it's okay. But I know Jerry likes to chat. Trust me. He's not a super quiet person.
Yeah, I was already reaching for the mute button. Hey everybody, how you doing? Yes, I was following as closely as possible, of course, from California. I watched the doctors, both of them go, and it was really good. A lot of good, great information. Of course, I took notes and I was screenshotting away like Temple. I like to capture all the screenshots and then I crop them and I use those to post out, you know, on social media. But yeah, I was definitely having a bad case of FOMO. You know, I felt, even though I was able to take part in everything virtually, I wish I could have been there because I could see how much of a good time you guys were having, and the connection and the bond that you were building, you know, was evident from the screen, which was great. So I'm looking forward to
were we a
meeting
little
all of you
loud
in person.
were we loud when we were screaming? It sounded like there was 200 people in the room.
No kidding, eh?
I was curious to how many people were there because I never really could tell because I would see little shots here and there in little groups. So it was really hard to tell that it wasn't packed out because there was a lot of excitement, a lot of energy, and just a lot of good stuff going on. So it was really fun with the interactions with Casey and Byron and all that.
Yes.
So yeah, it was a good event for sure. And I'm looking forward to Florida in October. That's going to be super off the charts there.
Us Canadians
You
can't
said
wait.
the Canadians are going to Florida, right? You said Canadians are going to Florida?
Yeah.
I thought for some reason you said something else, and I just was wanting to clarify that.
Oh
so-
yeah, no.
So
Canadians we have our bags packed already. We haven't
Is there-
been to see the palm trees yet for like I haven't been out since the fall of 2019. So it's been a while.
Is it the week after
The
Labor
weekend
Day?
after Thanksgiving weekend.
Which is, are you saying October?
October, which I will
Okay.
tell you. Give me 1 second.
So like mid-October, it looks like, for
It would be October the 12th,
15th.
12th, 13th,
Yeah.
14th, 15th weekend. Just let you guys know that's the weekend. They're just fine. Once they got the dates from us, then the corporate was just finalizing details with the hotel and all that, and then they'll share that information out once that's all finalized. But at least you guys know the dates. Just block that in, and then you know. And
It's gonna come fast.
us Canadians don't come just for 4 days. We come for a week. Just so you know, we make a holiday of it.
Maybe my Air Canada best friend can line me up a flight and maybe join us there.
Yeah, not maybe, will.
Like,
Go with them. It's cheap.
not on a standby, but on a for sure.
Guys, I have to take off. I got to work tomorrow. It's 10 o'clock up here. But I was just Temple had just done up a like poster card like business. So on the back, when I share rain, and I always like to talk about the fun facts. So on one side is soul, and the other side is all on one side is soul and core. And then when you flip it over, it's got information, contact information, and then little tidbits about soul, little tidbits about soul and core, and then shake, rip, and sip on the bottom. If you guys are interested, like I feel that that's a really good tool, especially for the older group of people that don't.
That's what Mark was just asking about just before
Yes.
we got on about that kind of stuff, those kind of tools.
Yeah,
So
where we
I'll
can
share
get
them
can-
soon.
Yeah, I'd like to have some, ready for people, or for anybody that needs it, because I think it's a really good tool. It's not like a business card where they're going to throw it in the garbage and it's small. It's like you can laminate it and keep it, and
So
Anyway.
Yes.
Sharon, great
Yep.
idea. How can you share it to us?
Temple
Yes,
can
share it,
send you-
please.
she can send you the PDFs of it, and then you just go to Vistaprint and just plug it in, and boom, Bob's your uncle. You get 500 copies for, what was it, Temple?
156.
Yeah,
Love it.
right.
Yeah,
Then
that'd be
on the
great,
flip
yeah.
side,
And then on the flip
Right.
side,
Yes.
there's information you might want.
Yeah,
I'll
you
have to
just-
change the picture though.
I'll
you change
send
your
the samples
picture.
to-
Yeah, you just upload your picture. Like when you do it, when she sends you the template, then you can go in there and change that part.
oh, I didn't even have my picture on it. I just had my information, because I didn't want my picture. I just want all the information there about what I could put there with, soul. That would be like, what? It's
That,
equal to 9 pints of blueberries?
uh,
I'll
Temple, you
share
did-
what I did for her to you, Erin, and you can put it on your Telegrammy pages and stuff.
Okay, sounds great.
And if the person, like, I don't mind making the slide for them, the back information, but they need to type out exactly what they want it to say. So just like Sharon did, now I did some editing. So hopefully just type out exactly how you want it, and then it'll be less editing for me. But I also want it to be spelt right and everything good.
Because I'm
Temple.
taking a day off next week, and I'm going around to the holistic practitioners, and I'm start prospecting. I'm going to take a few days before I go and in Fort Mac and build a team, because I want to come back sometime in the fall to come up and do an event up here, manifesting that one.
Mhm.
Yeah. Anyway, I
Temple.
love you guys. I got to take off.
Okay, love you, Sharon.
Love you too.
Love you guys.
Big
Have a good
hugs.
night.
Bye. Thank you,
Talk to you.
Sharon.
Thank you guys. Bye.
I have a question for Temple. What type of paper is it on Temple?
It's a postcard stock,
Oh.
card stock.
And
So
what is,
I have 500 of my own, so this is what it looks like. And then my information's on the bottom. But I said to her, I wouldn't have done this. I would have then put, and this was a giant business card, because I had done these are all the companies that I was representing. So
Oh.
I said to her, I wouldn't do that again. I would do this. And then what
Yes.
she did on the back, which was like some of the fun facts or whatever. So I just sent that all over to Erin,
Okay.
and she'll get that out to you. But I can do the same front, and then the back I can change for you if you send me your information. Like, it takes me 30 seconds, and I will format it the same so that it fits when you pull it up. It's a 5x7 card.
Nice.
But then
And
you
what did it, and Temple, when you ran off what, 500?
She wanted 500. 500 was 159. 250 was 103, and 100 was like it gets worse, right? Not better.
Yeah.
You do different pricing.
Yeah.
So I just sent her. I've been trying to connect with her most of the day here. So.
You did a very good job on that. Very professional.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she was going to bring a few different samples of things like what she's done in the past before, like when they were all doing live events and
Yeah.
stuff like that before all the pandemic hit. This is another really cool one.
Yeah, so this is a 3-tiered card. So it's my soul and product. Can you see it okay? Soul
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
that in the sand. And then you open it up and there's information on the soul and pure here.
Wow.
And then there's the
I
pure.
love that.
And then you open it up again and it's core. And then my famous Ben picture, which we've got, are you experiencing
Oh
back
yeah,
and all the information? And then on the
a
back
good
of
one.
it was my business card.
Nice.
And all the information, like to get a hold of me and how to find me or whatever.
Yeah.
So this one I did originally because I was with Send Out Cards. So I did a dual marketing program with them because it was a healthy, I did a healthy product and then I did Send Out Cards. But then during the pandemic, they pivoted to health and they're called Green something or other now. And I couldn't work with them anymore because it became a conflict of interest. But I just found a card on Vistaprint, and so Sharon's not on here anymore, but I just sent her a surprise. I sent her 30 cards because I saved her 20%. So tonight until the 7th is on for 20% off at Vistaprint for these cards. So I saved her 20%, but I got her 30 of these cards made, and she's gonna flip out. So
Nice.
Nice.
So if you guys want the same, there's another way you can do it too. I don't mind being your
I do.
administrative assistant for a second. You can send me your card, your credit
What I'll
card.
do is I'll send these 2 pictures over to the group chat, the Team Hope group chat. I'll send it to you. I'll put in the Canadian one, Sydney, and then obviously the one that has like Sharon's information, you're gonna want to follow what she wrote, like your personal information. You'll see a whole section that you
Yeah,
won't
I just found the whole proof
just
for
your
you.
information, your contact information. Send that to Temple, and then Temple can get that set up for you, and then you can go into Vistaprint and then just plug it all in.
If you want to do yourself, yes. If you want to do it yourself, then go to Vistaprint yourself. If you want me to do it, then I'm happy to help. Let's just say whatever you want. But I just sent you the true PDF. Actually, I just found it, Erin.
Yes, I just seen that. Perfect. Okay, I'll send that over to you guys.
It's really nice to greet somebody with when you sign them up. You give them this, and then they've got this in their purse or their man bag or right on their desk, so that they have all.
That'd be sort of cool.
Those are really nice.
Awesome. So, well, the last thing I just wanted to say is we always want to promote the next event. Well, tomorrow is Lasting Leadership. It's Wednesday. Wow, that's awesome. I love that one too.
It's a big one too.
Yeah, that's a big one. And
Nice.
so you definitely want to, if you're working, you can't get it the daytime, at least go get into and get the replay of that, because there's always seems to be a promotion that gets dropped that day. It seems to be they're always doing weekly promotions with this company. It's just amazing what they're doing.
They've never done this before. Never
done
this
No.
before. I think we've had.
They're very, very aggressive right now. Casey
Cool.
shared that to us and said, we are very extremely aggressive right now because we know what's coming in the future and where we need to prep our existing distributorship right now. So they're being very aggressive in the right aggressiveness, obviously.
Mhm.
Awesome. I love that one too.
Love it.
Yeah.
But these ones are big. These are 11 by 17.
Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. Well, we'll definitely get started with some of the small ones, and then we'll
I had
keep.
all this to show you guys. I'm so sad.
That's okay. It's all right. It's all right.
This is like an
I love it. Love it.
Nice.
On the back is 30 reasons to consume soul.
I love it.
I think
Absolutely.
that's a good one. I like that one.
Yeah.
Especially number 29.
So with that, I want to close it off tonight. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. I do what I do because I absolutely love doing this. I love serving the community. I had if you can imagine, Greg and Kathy Shield, I had an hour and a half phone call with my mother today. She couldn't she couldn't get off the phone. She kept on asking me questions about the company and what about this? What about this? What about that? What was he like? What would, she just couldn't stop. And normally our conversations are 10 minutes on the phone because she's a quick talker.
Great.
And she made a post, a couple comments on my post over the weekend, in the last couple of days. And I said, well, it's kind of like the chip off the old block. I've got it from you, Mother, over the years of watching you serving your community your entire lifetime. And till this day, she's always serving the community. And that's just, I have a passion to help people. And I just won't stop 100%. And my husband could not believe his eyes. He was shell-shocked.
Did he attend? Did he attend the event?
Yeah, Darcy did come on Saturday. He came all day Saturday and came, and he was supposed to be at a funeral for his cousin's funeral this weekend on Saturday. He chose not to go, and God was telling him to be here with us. And it was hard for him to see all the amazing family pictures from the weekend, Sunday night or Sunday afternoon from Saturday that he missed. But that's okay because he was with us, and there's massive reasons why. And he says, just go out there and run like a lion, like I know you've done in the past. And I'm ignited again. And I'm just, it's going to be a busy summer, but that's okay because that's what life's all about. Right.
And got Christmas cards ready for you too.
Oh my goodness. That's just
all right.
All right.
It's a good busy though. It's a good busy, right? I love it.
It's a good busy. Absolutely. We are setting ourselves up this next month. I think this next few weeks is going to be crazy on the world stage in the world, and we are prepping ourselves right now for a massive explosion. And Temple's getting shivers right now, and I can tell she's getting shivers. And I heard certain things that come out of Casey's mouth. And he was a sponge and listening to all our amazing truth talk. And he was learning from us. And he knows what we have in our hands. And he said, this is absolutely mind-blowing. He says it feels like he started the first time again with being around our group. And I said, I'm very aggressive when it comes to speaking the truth. And I do it for a bigger purpose. And there's a reason why rain came down into my life. And Jeremy wasn't even on tonight. He must have been busy, but he did tap in Temple. He came on Zoom on Saturday afternoon and shared and came quickly on Zoom with us. And I just was so excited for everybody that doesn't know Jeremy. They got to meet Jeremy and for a quick 5 minutes on Zoom, and he said hi to everybody and shared his story and how we got connected and how Team Hope came along with our American team. You're part of Team Hope. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if you're on the other side of the, I say we're cousins of Jeremy's team, and that's exactly what it is. Right. So with that, I'm going to wrap it up, and I want you guys to go have a great night. Try to sleep. Kathy, you have your hand up again. I know, Chatty Kathy.
Erin, I just want one. Could you add Mark to the Team Hope?
Yes, absolutely. I was thinking about that today about 3 times when I was out there trying to start my lawnmower.
What else?
Like, oh, I got to add Mark to the group chat. So yes, I will. Yeah.
Yeah. So he's already on Rain International with my sign-in password, and now he's going to be on Team Hope. Is there anything else he needs to be on?
The the Facebook groups and stuff, but yeah, I'll talk to you about that. And
Okay, no problem.
no problem.
Radio 10-4.
No problem. So
Okay.
wonderful. You
Does
guys
Chuck have anything to
I'll-
say?
sorry?
Does Chuck have anything to say? He
Oh,
kind of dropped
Chuck,
off
yes.
there.
Where's Chuck? Did he, or is he still here?
He's showing, but he's not saying anything.
So I'm still here. I'm just getting ready to go to bed. I got to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning. So
Yeah, I know. And
Yeah.
you're on the other side of, you're in New York. So yes, thank you for staying on
Okay.
this long.
Wow.
I just
Yeah,
I'd like
midnight?
to see. I'm
Midnight.
waiting to see the everybody keeps talking about the doctor stuff. I'd like to see that. That's what I'm waiting for. And then I like to see what Temple just had to show. That would be pretty cool. Because I need to get more stuff to post on social media.
So Chuck, are you connected to the Team Hope page on Telegram then?
Yes.
Because I sent, I think 27 slides from the doctor's event, and each one of those is a social media post. Right?
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if that was what that came from. So I got some copies of some of the stuff. Yes, I
Okay.
saved some of the stuff.
No, but it's nice to post like science and then product and then personal, science and product and personal, and you just keep going with testimonials and stuff, and just keep the audience alert. Most of my my hits come from testimonials and people that are, or something to tell you a little bit more about kale, one of the items or ingredients in one of our products of like core. So people tell me all the time that they like to be educated on the ingredients, and they like to hear the science, and they like to hear the testimonials. So I kind of just alternate those throughout. You're welcome to steal anything off of my Facebook pages as well. I have 12 Facebook pages out there. Rain Canadian, Rain Canadian Network, the Athletes Rain Energy, Seed Frenzy is Janet. She's got amazing stuff on Seed Frenzy. You could just spend your whole time in there just stealing and sharing stuff. And when you steal it and share it, you just have to always make sure that you say at the top, please connect back with me and I'll help get your questions answered, or PM me for more details, private message me, that kind of thing, so that you are staying connected. But the beauty of this is if someone signs up, you will see it. It'll go on the bottom of the team, and you'll be like, oh, that John Smith is mine. And then we'll have it changed if there was some reason they got signed up with the wrong person. But they always come to you.
Absolutely. I totally agree. Always. That's hence why when I put out the YouTube links today with the thing, please share your referral link out. Right. So, Kathy, Kathy, I sent you a private message with the link, the invite link to the group for Mark, because I don't have Mark's phone number in my phone. So that's why I can't add him. So you can do it that way for tonight. So cool. All right.
I have a question for Temple. Out of the 12 Facebook, which one would you recommend? All 12, or which one, Temple?
You mean to go and steal stuff from?
Well, I don't want to steal, borrow.
No, steal, borrow, share. How you do it is I'm giving you permission. My Rain Life Solutions is probably the most upkept. Rain Life Solutions, but
I gotta write that down.
Yeah, Rain Life Solutions. But I'd also look at Seed Frenzy. That's my business partner Janet's, and she has some stuff that hasn't been posted in a while. But boy, oh boy, her stuff is amazing. And so it would all be new to you guys, and we don't have very many connected friends. So the idea is share and share and share. Another one is Athletes Rain Energy. I try and keep that more athletic or more dealing with science and ingredients.
What was that one? I'm sorry, Temple.
Athletes Rain Energy.
Can you type?
Yeah, you want me to send them off?
Yeah, maybe if you text that into the chat.
Yeah, that's great.
Team
Okay.
Hope.
All right. Sure.
Thank you, Temple.
Do you want me to type it in here? No, you know what? I'm going to type it in the Team Hope thing, because then it's permanent, right? Because
Team
here,
Hope, yes.
I'll
Yeah,
send
Team
my whole
Hope.
list. But I'm telling you, managing 12 Facebook pages is not the best plan. I would pick 2.
But like you said, the athlete one and the other 2, those 3 would be tremendous.
Yeah, I think you'll get a lot out of it for sure. So I'll definitely do that.
Um,
Aaron, where did you send it for Mark?
On Telegram to you privately. Just go to your
Oh.
private message, and then he sent forward that link over to him on Telegram, and then he can come in. And you just like click the link, Mike or Mark, and then you can you'll come in.
Okay, shall do. You got a new member.
Awesome.
okay.
I'll get another one tomorrow.
By chance, is there any testimonials on fatty liver?
Yep. Lots.
Yeah.
My husband as well. Core and Renew.
Okay.
Both Core and Renew are amazing.
Okay,
both
yeah.
amazing.
I was talking to somebody about it today and he goes, oh, really? And I said, yeah, it'll help you. So I'm going to get some stuff and share it with him.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, I've taken a picture of my list here and I'll send it off.
Sounds great.
Okay, guys, it's 12 after 12. I am sick. Should go to bed. It's 12,
Yes.
12. It's 12, 12.
12.
12.
I know. 5:30 is going to come early here too. So.
Hey,
Thank you so much.
thank you, Temple.
Okay, bye,
Thank
guys.
you so much,
Bye.
everybody. Good
Bye.
night.